Okay, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna give you guys everything I know about Thumbtack. I've used it for 2 or 3 years here for a moving company, and I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and talk about their on-site SEO a little bit, how they get a lot of traffic. So here we go. All right, so we'll talk about the good first. So as a professional, as a pro on their website, I'll give you examples so it's easier to relate, but you can utilize Thumbtack as a hiring tool. So what does that mean is I can go around and I can hire employees and contractors across the country using Thumbtack as a business. So when I would do a move job, when we would go out of state, instead of bringing the mover with me to the job, I would just, like over out of state in the truck and driving across country, I would just load up the customer, I then drive to the drop off, and then when I get to the drop off, hire somebody on Thumbtack that's a pro and utilize their website. It's pretty cool. So that aspect, awesome, save a lot of time and money. Far as SEO purposes, so as a pro again, once you create an account, you will pop up in the search engine eventually, and then like when you type in local moving company, they do on-site SEO, so, and then they add you to their pages. So you could potentially get calls from their on-site article or on-site SEO, and that's all automatic once you create their account. So I'm going to talk maybe a little bit more in depth about that at the end, how that kind of works. And what else? Another thing for the pro is you can put their widget, the Thumbtack widget, on your website. It's a little embedded code, and then you can showcase your all your reviews and all that cool stuff. So that's what's really good about Thumbtack. Once you get a review, you can either send your previous customers like a link, and they can write a review about you, but it'll say, a non-Thumbtack user of the review, and then those don't stay on your list permanently. They only show up, I guess, every 10, one gets removed. So to show up on your profile permanently, they have to actually post a project, and then they have to actually hire you, which would cost you money. So another good thing is, it doesn't cost anything a month. You just pay per lead. So you get charged to submit an estimate on Thumbtack. That doesn't mean that the customer's going to choose you. It just means that you can shoot them an estimate, and it's up to the customer if they want to go with you. That's one system, how their system works. The other system is the customer reaches out to you, but it's a little deceiving, and I'm going to cover that in the bad part about Thumbtack, because I used to have Thumbtack before that update, and it is really deceiving because they're not really interested in you. They just pretty much they see your name and they send you a message, and then that's it. There's nothing else. And or they on the mobile phone, because I've used it as a customer, it just says reach out to pro, and they just click a button real fast, and it's super it doesn't hook the customer at all. It doesn't have any commitment. Then that's part of the deceiving part, because when you get notified, it makes it come off like they're really interested and they want to get your service, and it costs a lot more doing it that system where they reach out to you and do you want to take the lead or not. So there's two systems. You send out a quote, or the customer reaches out to you, and then you accept talking with that client, but they're going to charge you to talk to them. So, and again, they're not verified at all. So, and why is that? And that's another thing, is because they reach out to you, and then you send a message and they don't respond, and it happens all the time, and you're paying like $50 to $60 a lead. Thumbtack is the most expensive lead generation. So I'm going to talk about the bad though. In the bad section, we'll talk about that. So some other good things is it's free for the customer, and they're open from 7 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Friday. You can talk to the reps, they're American, and then review So let's say your account has crappy reviews as a pro. You can talk to them and they'll let you remove all your reviews, and it just shows how many times you were hired on your account. So we've done that before. Once you got the flow of things, and you know, it gives your company like a second chance and allows you to get better. But it still kind of shows people the truth and everything, so that you do have experience. And you know, a business is just a system, and the more you use your business, the better a system is going to be. So here are some bad things about Thumbtack. So let's see here, the cost. So the cost is different for each field, but for moving it, I believe, is one of the most expensive. So to send a quote, it's a minimum of like $25. That would be really cheap, to $70 to like $60 to $70 to send one estimate to a client, and that doesn't mean you get them. You know, out-of-state jobs, like it was like $60, $70, and they wouldn't respond, and Thumbtack would keep the money. They wouldn't even give it back, or half back, or 25% back. I mean, other sites out there, yeah, Home Advisor is a lot cheaper. Home Advisor is like a third or a fourth of the cost. They're, you know, $10 a lead, $15 max. I think it's $20. Or they're in the $10 ranges. So Thumbtack used to be cheap. Thumbtack used to be like $5 a lead, and then all of a sudden they racked it up. They got to pay for those commercials, and they are the most expensive lead gen. So they do have really high quality clients. Sorry, that's a really good thing to talk about. Under good, they do have high quality clients. And then the more bad things. Let's go into the bad. Customer not verified. So yeah, so the customer isn't verified. They just post a project, and then it's up to you to you know, you convince them, you know, and there's no like they paid some money to reach out to you. There's no like, you're not gonna, some jobs you don't get their phone number. Most of them you don't get their phone number, which I think they should really fix that. I think if they reach out to you, they have to put in a phone number. That shows that they're committed. So when the let's go to the next one. We're going to talk about that. But how is it cost good? How is it deceiving? So I talked about those two things. How they can either reach out to you, the client, or you can send them a quote. So sending a quote is pretty easy. You just write up your quote and you send it to them, and you pay, you know, whatever amount of money to send an estimate. But that doesn't guarantee you anything. So they could just not respond, and you just got, well, Thumbtack won't charge you if they don't respond, but Thumbtack will charge you if they reply to you and from your quote. So another thing is, let's go to the second thing. The second thing was when the customer reaches out to you, like I said, it's deceiving because they're reaching out to you, and the way how they word it, you know, it'll say you have somebody interested in your services, when really they're just clicking buttons on their cell phone super fast and reaching out to like 5 people at once. And then and what else? And I told Thumbtack, because Thumbtack has changed their website a little bit, like they added the inbox thing, because I told them I don't even understand where the messaging system is. You need to label inbox. So they do changes, and so it was kind of cool when they did that, because I know I really impacted them about it. But I really suggested that when the customer reaches out to the pro, the customer has to at least be required, since the whole system's free, has to be required to at least put in a phone number. So when they reach out to you, it shows that they're serious, and you can actually call them. I mean, if that customer isn't serious enough to give you their phone number, I don't even want to do business with them. That's just not even worth my time, and I don't want to pay $50 a lead without a freaking phone number. That's insane. So if I own a website like Thumbtack, that's exactly what I do. I mean, I do own a website like Thumbtack, but it's for mechanics. It's mobilemechanic.com, and we're gonna have something like that. So, what else? Customer not verified, deceiving. So that's the deceiving part, because I would always pay, oh, this person's interested in all this, and they never respond. I don't get it. And it's super expensive, you know, to send that response, or the reply. So customers can walk at any time. So like I said, if they're, let's say you're talking to them, chatting it up, they might get like 5 other bids from other clients, and they can just block. They can not use it. So that's kind of the bad part about Thumbtack. There is no verification that they're interested, and you don't get the dang phone number. You know, some jobs the phone number is shown, but it's like 1 out of 10. It's not very often, and I think that should definitely change. Let's see here. Reps. Okay, so reps don't call you either. So I would, if I own a site like Thumbtack, I would have the reps, you know, I would have them start, you know, calling the pros and be like, hey, we got a job in your area, do you want to take it? You know, if it's, because we're paying like 50, 60 bucks, that should be worth. And I would just, if I was Thumbtack, I would just pick like the top moving companies and then just call them like, hey, I got a lead, do you want to take it? And then, you know, I would at least talk to the lead first, tell them about the moving company, see if they'd be interested, and then they'll increase their sales by that business. So I guess if you are an ex-con, which I'm not, but I know people that are, and they don't allow ex-cons as pros on their website. So that happened to one of my friends who owns a moving company, and he's a great guy, amazing guy. Like, you know, he's a minister now. I mean, completely changed person. And he had awesome reviews, and he just woke up one day and got an email saying, I'm sorry, in a very professional way. That's nice, but we can't have you on our website. And, you know, I think that's, in the movie industry, what I learned really quickly is there's a lot of ex-cons, and that's just the way the business is. And that doesn't mean they're necessarily bad people at all. A lot of them are awesome people. In fact, they're probably one of the best workers. So I think what I think is employers use that ex-con thing as an excuse to get rid of them faster. You have to, again, you look at the good in people and focus on that, and see how can I benefit from this person, from their abilities or their attributes. You know, stop focusing on the bad. Focus on what that employee is really good at. So, and it's always good to give people a chance, second chance, third chance, because people are always getting better, you know. So, so that's pretty much everything about Thumbtack. Oh, on-site SEO. So I'm gonna have to have a video on take my screen, but how the on-site SEO really works is, yeah, when you create a, how they get traffic, like if you type in local moving company Apple Valley, or local moving company in your city, or whatever service it is. The only service they don't cover is mobile mechanics and mechanics in general, auto repair cars, on Thumbtack, but they cover pretty much every service you can think of. So how their on-site SEO works, when you post, when you, as a pro, when you sign up, and if you get added to like a page, like for example, if you're a moving company, we'd be added to like the Farmington Movers page. So when you type in Farmington Movers, you'll get a whole list of moving companies, not just us, but all of them in that area, which is really cool. That's really good SEO. It's delivering fresh content is what you want, and that's what Google is looking for. So Thumbtack is really a really advanced phone book directory, and they're a directory, Thumbtack. So just like Yelp is a directory, Angie's List, Home Advisor, they all do the same on-site SEO stuff. But yeah, that delivers fresh content, because every time a new pro signs up, their content gets fresh, and then it's dynamic, their site, so that means it changes automatically. So, and they set their page titles, file names, meta descriptions to fit that local area for that one particular page. And so it's pretty cool. So you'll get calls for free as a pro when when you type like Apple Valley, Minnesota, whatever. So it's important to sign up for all those directory sites. Why not? And then the more leads, the better. The more exposure, the better. But you just have to understand how to handle them. And to have an awesome customer service policy. So if you do get a bad review, I'll talk about that in another video. You can handle it right, and depending on which site you have, since I've used all of them, I know exactly how they work. If you call Thumbtack, they'll try to help you with the review if you get a bad review, but they can't ultimately change it. The user has to change it, and then sometimes, not all the times, but most of the time, if the customer writes a review, they're not going to be able to change it. It'll show that in the history, but a new review can be posted, an updated one. So that's how it works at Thumbtack. And so kind of once they put the review in, the client can't really change it. The worst thing that happens on Thumbtack is, again, you send a message or the customer sends you a message and they don't respond. So you paid like $50-$60 to respond to this interested customer and get nothing. You don't get any sort of feedback. I mean, feedback would be great. Do you like me? Do you not like the way we smell? Or anything would be fantastic. So, and then when you try to fight Thumbtack and make such a big deal about it, and they cut you off in a very nice way. They say no very nicely. So, one bad thing that I didn't like either is if they don't like you, they'll just you're gone out of the account, and you don't really know why. So, I guess it's up to them. It's their website, but I always believe in the honest truth and just being very straight with people, and then because that always fixes things. I've never had somebody tell me the truth and it didn't fix anything, and we didn't become better after. The truth will always make things a lot better, and it'll solve the problem and things with anything, relationships so overall, it is an awesome website. I know our first week when we started doing out-of-state jobs, we did like $4,000 in one sale. That was our first out-of-state sale on Thumbtack. It was awesome. There's some really big clients on Thumbtack, and good quality ones, but again, they just need to tweak their system. Stop being I wouldn't be so hard on the pros, and the ex-con thing, I mean, I think they should change that rule, because I've been through it. A lot of them are really good. Some of them are bad, but there's bad people everywhere. So I think the ex-con thing is actually a great thing, because it allows people, I think those people are more grateful, and being grateful is the key to success. That's the key to getting out of the crap box. When you lose everything, you don't have no money, the only way is up, and the only way you can look up is through gratefulness. That is the fire that starts you up and fires you up. So, but yeah, I hope you guys learned something. Thumbtack is great, but I'm going to start using Home Advisor, HomeAdvisor.com, because their fees are just so much, and I like how supposedly Home Advisor, the reps will call it. And so I'm going to use them, I'm going to figure everything out, and then I will write my review about them. So, guys, have an awesome day. Appreciate you watching it. Thumbs up, like. If you guys need any more advice, you can email me at support@conceptcreator.com, or you can buy one of our service or business service program or business product program to help you out with business, or the fitness program. So I kind of combine all three and to get you really fit. And our 1-800 number is 1-888-303-DO-IT. So basically, you gotta stop thinking and get it done.